we be respectful of the people that come here and that we don't accuse them of being things. That's inappropriate. That is inappropriate, Mr. Vaughn.
I wish you the best, but as far as I'm concerned, you're going to have hell to pay.
What does masculinity mean when you aren't willing to stand up for the innocent? As a 17-year-old, I call men that don't stand up for the innocent and don't stand up for my generation, I call those beta boys, soy boys.
To find negativity in a positive environment makes me throw up. And it makes me want to sell clown uniforms to certain people.
All right, well, unfortunately, I'm here again because we have too many cowards on the school board. Last time I was here for a vote on the books, the 7 books that we were talking about, Butch, Vaughn, and Mr. Stan brought up the notion that if parents really want to protect their kids' innocence and are worried about this material, they should check their kids' phones. First off, that's a great idea, but that was not what we were talking about. What we're talking about and what's on the vote is removing this pornographic and sexually explicit content. For it is illegal as a school board member or a teacher to grab a kid's phone and go through it. A parent can do that, but you cannot. But what you can do is do what is at stake and vote against these books in the libraries in public schools here in Rutherford County. Francis, during at least one of the votes on the 7 books, you left the room. We do not elect people here in Rutherford County, at least, to walk out of the vote. We elect people to be present and vote, especially with something as simple and common sense as removing these sexually explicit books. Claire, last time I was here, something that frightened me and honestly discouraged me was the numbness that was on your face as we were coming up here talking about these sexually explicit books. I believe that should frighten every citizen here in this county, and especially parents. But what's most concerning to me is what's next. Is it allowing teachers to show students pornography and pornographic videos in the classroom? Is it allowing pedophiles to be teachers? If you give an inch, they're going to take a mile. But to the men here, Mr. Butch, Vaughn, you voted to keep at least one of the books in. Stan, if I'm correct, you voted to keep all of the books, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. What does masculinity mean when you aren't willing to stand up for the innocent? As a 17-year-old, I call men that don't stand up for the innocent and don't stand up for my generation, I call those beta boys, soy boys. I want to thank Mr. Caleb Tidwell for voting against every single vote, or voting against every single book, voting for common sense, and voting to protect the next generation. I want to thank Katie Darby for voting to protect children's innocence. This is a common sense idea. It is crazy to me that in 2024 we're even having this discussion. And I hope next time, and thank you, Tammy, thank you, Ms. Tammy, for voting for common sense and voting for this next generation to protect children's innocence. I hope that next time I come, I really hope I don't have to be back. I really hope I don't have to be back, especially to talk about an issue as removing pornographic books from public schools funded by American taxpayers. I hope you guys will choose to protect children's innocence. God bless you guys, and may God have mercy on this nation.
Ms. Claire, may I speak?
Just wait, please. Let's, Miss.
She's supposed to be a Christian.
Wait, no.
There's no comment. Miss Meckling, Solia Meckling. Discussion.
Ms. Maxwell?
Yes, Ms. Rose.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak. So I'm going to address something because we're in a times right now where things have gotten way too political. It started out with a mask, and then now we're getting into this season with the books. I can attest to everyone, including the librarians, no one wants porn in our schools at all. No one does. However, there's certain laws right now that are not clearly stated in how they are. And there was a comment about me not particularly participating in one particular vote. So I've decided to go ahead and disclose a portion of why. And to that, I'm also risking myself, and I'm at risk right now with disclosing why. When I ran for school board, I did not anticipate things were going to be different when I got elected. When I got elected, there was a change in my livelihood. And with that, I am under contractual agreement with an employer. And so with that being said, I consulted with the board attorney of what I could do in the event that there were certain votes that were going to happen. And I was advised in the action that I took, which was I am not to participate in the discussion. I know we're all elected officials, and we're here to do a job and a duty. I get that, understand that, and I've done that. But I also have a family that I have to protect as well. And so with that, I will say that from here on out, and I'm publicly stating and putting, again, myself at risk for saying it, that there will be certain votes that I will not be participating when it comes to making decisions for the books.
Yes, Mr. Vaughn.
Yeah. I've got a good friend, Lou Martin, that he started making these crosses, and if anybody wants one, he makes them for free. And he donated this one to our board. And so, you know, I thought that just a little recognition for him. I'd also like to address the gentleman that spoke tonight. I don't know what your motive is. You know, I never heard you say anything, one good thing about what Rutherford County has done. I don't know how much you've been involved with education, but I think if you don't have anything else to do, investigate a little bit to see the results of Rutherford County schools compared to every other school district in the state of Tennessee. Now, if what you spoke tonight's all you see in Rutherford County School, you got blinders on. And, you know, you really, you know, when you define negativity in a positive environment, it makes me throw up. And it makes me want to sell clown uniforms to certain people. Dr. Sullivan has done a phenomenal job comparing the school system where he took over and where it is today. There's not a single principal in this system that doesn't respect him and care for him as a person because he knows he cares for them. Now, unfortunately, I think I know what your motive is. So I wish you the best. But as far as I'm concerned, you're going to have hell to pay. Okay, because I'm going to stand up against everything you say. Because, you know, we got the best. We got the best teachers, administrators, every staff. And we got people like yourself come up here and talk about negative things. And like I said, Target sells clown uniforms.
Madam Chair, I'm going to ask that we be respectful of the people that come here and that we don't accuse them of being things. That's inappropriate. That is inappropriate, Mr. Vaughn.
Did I have the floor? I had the floor, I think, Ms. Darby.
Point of order, then. It doesn't allow you to be disrespectful to our constituents, sir. You absolutely are. You're accusing someone of being something. It is inappropriate.
I would ask that we stop. Please stop and just be respectful to one another. You have made your point. And is there
I got another comment.
Motion to approve. Move to adjourn.
Okay, we've got some more discussion. Yes, but please make it brief. Mr. Vaughn wants to say
I
something.
mean, we're not on time limit, are we? The young ladies that come in here and make judgment calls against some of my constituents and myself. I know you're a young person, and you insinuated that you're a Christian person. We're not in a position as Christians to make judgment, okay? My boss is a Jewish carpenter, not a teenage young lady, so please don't make judgment. I appreciate the information you gave us. We truly respect everything about you, and we want to protect you and give you the best education possible where you could be successful. But do it in a respectful way, and don't make judgment on people. Because I know that you don't want us to make judgment on you. So that's my own personal opinion. So thank you.
We cannot, our public comment's over. We cannot have the back and forth. And I would ask everyone to be respectful of each other, of everyone in the gallery, and the gallery be respectful. And obviously some nerves have been hit tonight because it's been very emotional, the last couple of votes. But I just ask for everybody to be respectful and there's no more, this is not time for public comment. This is time for general discussion amongst the board. Yes, Mr. Vaughn.